Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, welcome to Australian Radio Indie. My name's Jonesy, and we are Sunday morning, 10:30. Hope everyone's well, and you're having a good time. If you're watching this on the replay, every Sunday morning, Australian Eastern Daylight Time, guaranteed to be on a Sunday at 10 a.m., at 11 a.m., 10 a.m. if you're in Queensland. But, if you're, every now and again we pop on half an hour early. and do what we need to do. We're just going to play some music. Thank you. Where are we? Thank you, the throngs of people that have popped in live. Peaceful Dares. Great to see you, or great to hear you're listening. And Nicole Chafe, thank you very much. And the Canadian fishing musician, he is here. So great to see you're just popping in. We're just going to play a few tunes for the next hour and a bit and enjoy some Sunday morning music right here on Australian Radio Indie. It's where all good music's heard. And as usual, I'm just sorting a few things out in the studio here. Hope the audio is well. I've clicked the stereo button today. I hope the audio does sound a bit better coming through right here at Australian Radio Indie. That's why I'm running on the wrong channel. I have 3 accounts, actually. 3 channels. Radio Jonesy is me, but it's all about the music, and that's Australian Radio Indie TV. Oh, man. And, hey, the World Cup's coming up shortly. The Football World Cup. However, have you got a team that you're going to support? I have to draw here somewhere. I will check that out very soon. But up first, we're going to play the video that I just released the other day. It is the Urban Chiefs, and they the Stag and Hunter Hotel in Newcastle. There you go. That is a track. And that was a classic gig we were at. We were over in at the Stag and Hunter Hotel, which is Newcastle, and that's filmed with a little Sony MV1, and I was fascinated by his feet. That was filmed with this little camera here, that track there, and yeah, free yourself, but yeah, definitely got some cool lyrics, and one of my favorite bands to see live. Yeah, just thanks, Raquel. She is in the house. Great to see you, and I love your work, Raquel. Man, I was down the beach for about 2 hours this morning, and the water was reasonable. I could swim. No one was swimming. For a Sunday morning, I went down at 7 a.m. The surf lifesavers were there. They started their surf boat drills and their things, and yeah, done a bit of filming for my other YouTube channel, which is all about beaches and water and audio. So looking forward to getting a lot of content on there, then promoting that channel. But that is the Urban Chiefs. All right, that video is on Australian Radio Indie TV on our channel here. So if you ever want to go back and check out some videos, if you I said hello to you, Raquel. I'm sure I did. It was late at night here. Actually, I was on my phone and I don't see the chat. So if I didn't say boo, it was because of that. I would always say hello to you, Raquel. All right. And Tom was into about 7 hours of it, so I'm assuming he was extremely tired. And it was around 5 a.m. his time, but I'm sure it would have been even earlier. He must have just woke up. Anyway, let's continue on with some music as I'm reading the chat. And also, you can hear this audio recording on Australian Radio Indie radio station as well. So that gets played in the rotation around lunchtime most days here at Australian Eastern Daylight Times. Up next, we've got the Rose Kaleo Band, and the song is called I'll Make You Happy. A little backtrack to Rose Kaleo. She was a country singer, a fabulous country artist. She met her husband, Mick Atkins, who's on lead guitar, or her partner. They're married. And he said, hey, babe, you're not singing country with me playing guitar. So this is how she changed her repertoire. So this is the Rose Kaleo Band, and I'll Make You Happy. Right.
Australian Radio needs you. In our quest to promote Australian music, we need to reach even more listeners. We're asking you to tell all your friends about us, like our Facebook page, and send us your feedback on anything at all with regards to the music we play, and what you would like to hear more or less of. We are the new kids on the block, but we are here for you guys, our listeners. So tell all your friends about Australian Radio. It's Australian Radio Indie. Stream live on the World Wide Web.
Now, here comes the music.
Do I look bothered?
Oh, you are awful, but I like you.
I On guitar, Nick Atkins. Put your hands together, come on. On the drums, Big Shady O'Shea. On the bass guitar, he's my favorite. He's everyone's favorite. We got Steve Kingy King on the bass. Come on. The other Rose Carly in there. I'm Rose Carly, by the way. We're hoping to make it back here in a couple of months. Tell all your friends. Tell anyone you see. Thanks to Wes for the ring sound lines. Thank you, brother. Thanks to Marcus and everyone here at the window for having us. But most of all, thank you guys for coming down. And to Lynn's Theory. I can't believe I'm not done on my squash. Oh well. I get you.
Australian radio needs you.
We sure
In
do.
our quest to promote Australian.
And that ad will stop there. Yes, I'll be your manager, Raquel. Just get your videos in over to me. Send them directly to me via Dropbox. And I'll put some music behind them. And we'll make you a star. There you go. Yeah, that's the Rosalia band. And like I said, she was a nice little humble country singer. And was very much turned into a rocker by her partner in crime. All right, you are on Australian Radio Indie TV's Sunday morning show, wherever you are in the world. If it's Saturday night, I hope everyone's well. How's the sound out there? Is the sound and the picture working well? I'm getting some Wi-Fi signals on my computer saying things are a bit slow. I just hope it's not lagging too much. Well, we can write songs to suit that, Raquel. That's probably the best way. It emphasizes your vocals. And then you just hit the chords. Man, we're going to make you a celebrity, Raquel. I'm telling you now, the Cottonwood Ranch Band will we'll get a few people to back you up there. All right, as I go back to my channel, I'm playing some songs that are on, like I recorded and edited that video, and the reason it was dark, she asked me politely to make it dark because it suited her style, if that makes any sense. And I'll leave that there. I shouldn't have. But we'll continue on. Had to feed the puppies. Good on you. Devil Dog, welcome in, my friend. We're just playing a few tunes early in the morning here on it was a beautiful morning this morning, and as Tasmania is, it is now coming in overcast and cloudy, so I made the most of the morning. I can tell you that for sure. So we've played the first song we played was the Urban Chiefs. We definitely played the wonderful Rose Kaleo Band. And let me just mix it up a bit today. Let me go down the videos list here. I'm going to feature a band later on. My favourite band is on the poster there. We'll feature some of their videos coming up in the last half hour of the show. Another cool band that I have a lot to do with is a band called Lapis Sky. And Lapis Sky, they're a funk and soul band. So in Sydney, there's not a lot of funk and soul bands. So they do get a cult following. And they released their first album, and there was a song on there called Spaceman. And they thought they wanted to get a video out for that song. So it took them forever. So they even got their second album out. And then they finally got the video finished. It's like an animated thing where they're all in a spaceship and a spacesuit and playing instruments and flying around the cosmos. So this is Lapis Sky, and the song is Spaceman. And this is more emphasized on the video. So the video here was to promote the band. They played this. I think they sponsored this in movie theaters and a few other places. You know, when you go to the movies and up comes a few ads and stuff before the movie comes on. Well, over here, up come this song. So here they are. This is Lapis and Spaceman right here on Australian Radio Indie TV. And there we go with the wonderful Lapis Sky right here on ARI, Australian Radio Indie TV. Welcome in, Des, you peaceful little snowflake. We've got Cottonwood Ranch, and thanks for all the comments. It is great to see a bit of fun in the chat as well. And yes, Rich, it can be the hangover from years gone by if you only have a couple and you give them away. It is, yes, past. Let's just slow it down a bit. Here's some Casey Barnes, and this is Small Town.
There used to be places only we would go under the shade of the old tree over the older road. This town was our kingdom. I was your world. Right from the moment we met, I knew that you would be my girl. But people get older, hearts they grow colder. Now there ain't no place that I can hide. 'Cause there's nowhere to run to in a small town. There's nowhere the memory don't follow me around. 'Cause you're there on every corner, every street is us. There's no bigger way of breaking up than in a small town. In a small town. From the old churchyard to the corner store, it's like everywhere that I go, faces living in the walls. There's no escaping who we used to be. This town is a still only me. But the people older, hearts they grow colder. Now there ain't no place that I can't hide. 'Cause there's nowhere to run to in a small town. Nowhere the memory don't follow me around. 'Cause you're there on every corner, every street is us. There's no bigger way of breaking up than in a small town. In a small town. In a small town. I know that everybody's talking, choosing the words they say with caution. All of the whispers sound like shouting in my ears. 'Cause there's nowhere to run to in a small town. There's nowhere the memory don't follow me around. Don't keep the secrets in a small town. There's a real good chance that's all that anyone's talking about. You're there on every corner, every street is us. There's no bigger way of breaking up than in a small town. When you're living in a small town, in a small town, in a small town.
There you go. That's probably the biggest independent artist in Australia at the moment. His name is Casey Barnes, and you know what? He was born and raised as a Tasmanian boy. Come on, Mousy. Where's my mouse? Mouse didn't want to play nice. Yeah, I'll get another couple on from him later. If there was an echo, maybe is it echoing now when I talk? I'm not sure if it is. I think it was my headphones. when I move this way and the headphones are near the mic, I think I've worked out that is a problem I need to address. So I need to have more central mic. But Casey Barnes. He's and I'll tell you what, you could not meet a nicer guy. Absolutely, we've interviewed him here at the station plenty of times. He picked up a manager who's really used to be the Chug management team, which is massive in Australia. When the music was in its heyday, the Chug management team were king of all. And now with it all being independent and the major labels haven't got as much pull, it is very a different scene. And he actually got him on the PBR, so the Professional Bull Riders Association in America and Canada. When the PBR is in town, there's usually a singer that does the rounds and warms up the crowd and does a few songs, usually with a backing track, and he walks around and singing like a karaoke tune to his own music. He did that for a year, and it really helped his career. It really got him heard all around the States. So, there you go. That is where the banana. Hang on, let's look at this comment. I love it. Where the bananas is John Wiggs. Where is John Wiggs? Where are the bananas? I don't know. Where are the bananas? We're getting hit hard. I'm going backwards. Oh, snow. There we go. Oh, well, I feel, you know what, as an Australian, you don't get to see a lot of snow, but when you do see it, you really appreciate it. But I'm sure as a Canadian, you see a lot of snow and you really don't want to see as much as you do. I'm sure that's the way it works because, like I said, Rich, I was down the beach earlier on. I got some fabulous footage and some, anyway. And the water was quite pleasant as well. Devil Dog, the water was freezing cold, absolutely freezing. But no one was swimming, so I'm waiting for a few people to go swimming before I go in. I'm going to take the camera in with me and take it underwater, do one of those underwater shots. I'm sure the Greenpeace might be called, but I will go in anyway and do my best because I said I would. But anyway, there we go. It is, welcome in, Dan Bennett. Welcome to the chat. And welcome into all my regulars. Thank you very much for joining us here on this Sunday morning Australian time. It is another crazy weather day here. We had beautiful sunshine. We had a bit of cold and a bit of rain. And now the sun's out again. You know, blink and you miss it. In this state, I can tell you that. All right, music-wise, what will we play next here? If anyone has an Australian independent request, hit me up. I'm sure you guys might know one or two. I'll go back to my channel. All these songs are mainly on my channel. So, and I think I've got about 300. I put a playlist. I was playing the other day. Actually, let's go to the playlist. I was going to the live. I was putting playlists together, and I was put the podcasts in the podcast folder, and then I put the live recordings in the live. And where have we got here? Let me go to there, and let's go to the playlist. And let's have a look at. Live music playlist, and we'll see what comes. We've already played that one, the Urban Chiefs. So, there's a little blackbird coming out to say hi. Steve Mulray, My Sex, Bourbon Street. Got tons of live music, but where is this little one? I found a video which I didn't realize I had, and let me see if I can stumble down. Oh, there was a, has anyone heard of the Dead Daisies? They're like a super group of Australian artists. But I was at a gig in Sydney at the Triple M radio station on the rooftop for their Christmas party. And here is Sarah McLeod and Mick Skelton, and they're doing the warm-up gig, and these are two quality musos as well. So let's have a quick look at this. Was filmed as well by a phone that I had, and it was a not a Google phone. Anyway, it was a weird phone. Anyway, that's hence the audio is not the best, but it come up not bad. Here we go. This is Sarah McLeod, and he love you.
Too many girls, you got nothing to hide. You know what to do, 'cause he loves himself, but he doesn't love you. Well, you wanna be saved, well, don't be naive. It's your choice if you want. Don't you too late. Making the brunt of both of your lives. It's not how you're supposed to compromise. Whoa, don't you too late. Can you feel the calm coming? Can you feel the coming to come? And later on the stage will show you all his art. You'll never floating, became in white. You got buried alive in somebody's world. Too many people and too many girls. You got nothing to hide. You know what to do, 'cause he loves himself, but he doesn't love you now. You got buried alive in somebody's world. There's too many people, and oh my God, there's way too many girls. You've got nothing to hide. You know what to do, 'cause he loves himself, but he doesn't love you. One too many girls, you got nothing to hide. You know what to do, 'cause you lost yourself, but he doesn't love you. No, he don't. Don't listen to what he says. Never week. Anytime, anywhere.
Yeah, thank you very much, Sarah McLeod and Mick Skelton. And Mick Skelton on drums there, he was in a very bad car accident a couple of years ago where they were going on tour on the road, and the manager died of the band they were in, and he was in hospital for a very long time, and it's great to see him back out and about and playing very well. And I see there's a bit of chat in the room about independent labels. Well, independent labels here mean you're not a corporate label. So with music, when you play on radio stations, if you independent artists give you, they're either signed to an independent label, and they'll give you permission to play at a fee their music on your stations. But the major labels, they'll give you permission to play their music on your stations at a very high cost. So, we refer, and unfortunately I pay both of those fees. So it is what it is. But we independent labels are just smaller labels. Oh, hang on, sorry, I'll just read this one here. I just want Jonesy to acknowledge that he has heard of them. Who are we talking about? Sorry, I missed that. I'll have to go back. I'm hopeless at reading the chat. I know I should. Hopeless Records has thrived to become a home for independent. There is a fun lot of... the biggest independent label in Australia is ABC Records, and it's funded by the government. So how does that work? So Australian Broadcasting Commission is the biggest independent label, and they do they sign up a lot of the larger acts that aren't signed to Sony, BMG, BMI, all the big players. But gone are the days where friends of ours were in bands who a label would sign you. This is how it used to work. A label would sign you. They'd say, "Man, we've got great." Obviously they want to make money out of your product, so they'd say, "We've got great faith in your band. You guys are going to go number one. We're going to support you guys to the max. Let's go record an album. Here is 40 grand, 50 grand, 100 grand, whatever they gave them. They give them the money, and then they go and get their album recorded very well, and it'd get released. The R&A guy, well, he would be pushing it out, and they'd be giving it to all the stations, and they'd be trying to get them on the TV shows, and they'd be getting them radio interviews, all the standard stuff. And the products would be called units, and then they'd say, okay, so we've already given you 40 grand. To make that, or 100, just say 100 grand. To make that 100 grand back, we need to sell 300,000 units, and with that 300,000 units, usually be square. So then they'd have to buy the 300,000 units. So the band would be in debt again for another, 30,000, say, and that 300,000 units then would go out. They'd ship out the CDs, which are units, or the albums. They'd go out in the record shops, and whatever didn't get sold come back to the label and come back to the band. So then the band would be up for the debt of either they've sold all their product and they're in front and they're clear, but they haven't made a lot of money yet because they've just paid back for their album. They've just paid back for their record run, and now they're clear to make profit. And where they do make profit, gigs. So they go out to gigs, they play gigs, get the cash, play gigs, get the cash. But then they the major label would say, well, we're not making any more money out of these guys. Let's send them in for album number 2. So then say, here's X amount of money, and here comes the rain. And they'd just go and do their stuff. So they were forever chasing your tail. Unless you were a band who just went straight to the top, most musicians were in this cycle of chasing their tail for units, dollars, and then hit the road, make your money while you're out there, and then push the product. And it's probably one of the hardest industries in the world to make a dollar. Yeah, and the moment you signed on the dotted line, you're sponsored and enforced to work for the man for years, paying off. Yeah, and that's so true. And a lot of artists today will stay independent. They will. He's hitting the money right on the head. So and that's how labels make their money, because unless the person and the band goes belly up and bankrupt and say, look, we're going bankrupt, which a lot of people, artists do, and then restart as another brand, is the way a lot of people did get around that style of it. But it's definitely a hard way of making a buck. I went to a big artist the other day. He's been around for decades, Lee Kernaghan. He's a country artist. He's signed by the major label. All he does now, that one gig. Let me say this another way. I went and seen an artist the other day, and he's a big artist, but not the one I was just talking about. This is another one. And he made $25,000 for that one gig, and he goes and does 1 or 2 gigs like that a month, and that's his career, and that's all he does. He plays 1 or 2 big gigs, and most of them gigs are prepaid, sponsored by funding from government sources, grants from companies, and that's how he. It's a wonderful industry to look how, if you follow the money from a major artist or a little artist, and you follow the trail where all the money comes from and where all the money goes, you see exactly who's in the game. And it is a game, and it's a wonderful game to be part of. Like, I love music, right? Obviously, I'm a music tragic. I've been a music nut since I can last remember. So I've always been into weird and wacky bands. I've been into heavy rock. I've been into country, pop, electronic, you name it. I've followed it. But
Back. Okay. Ready, kids?
Ready, kids.
This is fun.
Okay, we're ready for Sarah McLeod's second song that I filmed at this gig. So they brought in one of her band members to play bass, and she didn't know she was going to play bass, but they asked her to, hey, we got a bass guitar. Want to join in? And she's going, I'm just here drinking champagne and eating caviar. Why not? And this was the best Christmas party I've ever been to, people. Trust me. I'll just leave it there. But it was awesome. Absolutely the most enjoyable time I've had in a long time. And here we go again. This is Sarah McLeod, Mick Skelton, and sorry I can't remember the lovely lady on bass, but this song is Gutter Queen, I think, is Gutter Queen, yeah. So this is one of Sarah McLeod's. I think
This song's called Gutter Queen.
Yeah.
I take you, the batteries are gonna take you. I take you all at once, 'cause it's fortunes fever that brought you here to me. I can't sleep at night without a fight. Oh, and I'm never gonna lose it. 'Cause I could be your go-to queen, and you could be my machine, and I can tell you anything. I know you like it. I know you like it. I know you like it. It's easy when you are by my side. It's easy. Oh, yeah. If we keep an alibi, 'cause it's broken down to little pieces of me. When I sing a song, sing along. Oh, we're never gonna stop it. 'Cause I could be your go-to queen, and you could be my machine, and I can tell you anything. I know you like it. I know you like it. I know you like it. Oh. Well, I'm standing at the bar and running out of cash. Yeah, I'm standing at the bar and I'm running out of cash. I kill a motherfucker for a GG smash, and I'm in wide awake for days, chafing at the seams. So give me some love, baby. Just give me some love, baby. Give me some love, baby. Ooh, give me some love, baby. 'Cause I'm your gotta queen. Yeah, I'm your gotta queen. I know you like it. 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 'Cause I could be your go-to queen, and you could be my machine, and I can tell you anything. I know you like it. I know you like it. 'Cause I could be your go-to queen, and you could be my machine, and I can tell you anything. I know you like it. I know you like it. I know you like it. Oh. One too many times to lose. One too many times to lose. One too many times to lose. Everybody, thank KJ. She's leaving us now for a foreign land.
Well, that was KJ, and that was a mate of mine, Wayne. And the story with that, gig was the Dead Daisies weren't getting their music played at that radio station, the biggest network in the country, because they weren't signed to Sony Music, so they wouldn't get played. So what the band did, they said, you know what, let's hire the rooftop stage. Let's invite all the radio DJs from Triple M. Let's invite all the radio DJs from different stations to turn up. So everyone there was a radio industry guy in the whole crowd, and we'll play a killer show, and we'll just show the radio station how good we really are. And then they gave away all the merch, all the CDs. They gave away tons of stuff. A great, absolutely great band at the time. The Dead Daisies are run by a David Lowy, who's I think he's in a band called Mink over here, and his father is one of the big shopping centre guys over here. So they got buckets of money, and he said to him, "Dad, I got this business plan. I'm going to get all the best musos that are available at the time when all the bigger bands don't play, and we're going to call them like a supergroup." And they got an independent label in Australia at the time to take them on. John Stevens is the vocalist at the time. Killer vocalist, absolutely sensational. And I think I've got a little video of him here somewhere from years ago. Yeah, and they smashed it out of the park, and they still do smash it out of the park. And the only one constant in the whole band is David Leask, the rhythm guitarist in that band. So, and because they were called an Australian band, right? They had 2 Australians in the band at the start, and it was run by an Australian business and an Australian record label. When they got back to America and they'd done a few lineup changes, they wrote a song. There's a song in their repertoire saying, "We are an American band." That's how pissed off they were and angry and shitty, because everyone in social media go, man, you're still an Australian band. You got an Australian label, an Australian management, Australian David Leask is running the band. David Leask, what am I saying? David Leask, David Lowy. Yeah, but it was quite funny. And then they wrote that song just to sort of rub their noses back at the crowds that were giving them grief. But anyway, that's a little backstory to that. I've got video of that gig, but obviously they were running off their own little PA, that duo there, or trio there, and the audio was pretty... That was filmed off a Nokia phone, a little Nokia phone that I had at the time, because you weren't supposed to be there filming and carrying on, but not many did. There was a few people doing it, but not many did. I was one of them. I was saying, I can't come here and not film, and that's what we did at that gig. But if I go back to the live folder here, and I'll go back to pause you. It's a shame that starts off live every time. Yeah, like I'll turn the audio is terrible, but I'll give you a sneak peek at the band when they played on the roof. But I'll turn the audio down because it's terrible. And you got you've got John Stevens on vocals. Here, Richard Fortus from Guns N' Roses on lead guitar there in these little checked shirts. He's a lovely guy. Brian Tichy on drums. He's been in a number of major bands. Marco Mendoza on bass. White Snake and a few others. And then you've got David Lowy there with the long blonde hair on rhythm guitar. And boy, we were having a good time at this. Let me tell you, this party went on for hours. The audio, I wish I had. That's enough of that. And look at the crew, like the crew. This guy's, there's problems with he's got 2 kick drums. He's having problems, and out comes his crew. There was about 5 of these guys working for him. It was pretty cool, pretty groovy, and it was a great place to be. It was on the rooftop of Triple M in Sydney, that one there. But yeah, so you're on Australian Radio Indie's Monday music show. We've got about 30 minutes to go, and then we'll be jumping off and jumping on to go see what the old Devil Dog is up to on this Saturday night Central Time or Sunday morning coming up to lunchtime here in beautiful downtown Tasmania, Australia. It's where we are right here, right now. Hope you're enjoying the stories, the music, and Dan Bennett. Well, I'm just going back to the chat. Sorry about that. And welcome in, Rebecca. Nice to see you. Yeah, Dan, I was at the Central Coast, mate. I was at the entrance. I am now down in Tasmania, my friend. I'm sure we've crossed paths in the past, Dan. But last night the Radiators were playing at Ettalong or somewhere around Woy Woy there somewhere, and I had some mates working there, and the INXS show was on at the Entrance Hotel last night, and I had two of me good friends working lighting and sound there, and one of me good mates playing drums in that band, Bangers. He was having a great time. So yeah, I don't know if you get out to see music. I'm sure you do, Dan. I'm sure you do. All right. And let's continue on. Let me go back to Storm Cellar's channel, and I'll get some of their quirky music videos on in the last half hour. They're playing in a music festival right now down in Cooma. So I used to go down for that festival, and we used to have a lot of fun down there. So I wish I knew that was on. I would have probably made the trip. It's not, once you get across to the other side on the mainland, it's not that far up. Yes, so here we go. We'll go to, what have they got on playlists? Let me go to Storm Cellar, and they've got wonderful music, crackerjack music. I just got to, they've put so much stuff on on YouTube. Here's a song. Let's start with, oh yeah. They've got some funny stuff, I tell you. And they're such cool guys. And I know I'm waffling as I look. I'm just trying to find something that might be a bit more interesting for you lovely listeners out there. I won't play that one, that's for sure. Here's a cool song. It's called Chalk Angels. This is Storm Cellar. If you know what Angel is, you really don't want to.
In the park center. This is the nails swinging 20 people wearing a camouflage hat, a gray jacket, black sleeves. They keep pulling a gun out and pointing it at people.
Medium right away.
Ma says he's feeling poorly, put all his toys away.
Yes, well, I've seen that video. Not that video. I've seen that's on their Storm Cellar channel. And that was I remember him saying that was filmed with 2 of his mates' children. I remember him saying that. But they've got a much cleaner version of that song. Yeah, it has got a good groove. It okay, Nicole, thank you. Yeah, and anyway, Storm Cellar, they know how to write good, cool, groovy music. And if I just click this button here, and hopefully that won't come on, it's good. It's just that they've got so much content. They've got 11 albums, in the process of another one. They actually did an album via streaming, so they spent a lot of time during the Fifi times where there was no gigs, and so they just done their own gigs from their backyard of the house. And yeah, if you like good grooves, we all know the story about Chase the Dragon. Here's the song, Chase the Dragon, Storm Cellar, with a lot of pictures. You're on Australian Radio Indie. Down goes the mic.
When I went to town, I need the sound. Another day of low slinking round. Well, I left this town, I left around, hanging around the kind of people I should not be hanging around. Something else has changed, all those things that lovers say, but I don't know what, I don't know. But I left this town, I hate the way people say that love has changed my life. But I left this town, I won't be around. I can't stand up and I can't stand down. Go so far away to be near you. Almost ended up in Maine last winter, trying to live in fall Temporary. You don't know just what I give to be with you tonight. Something else has changed, all those things that lovers say. I will wait for, I will wait. But I left this town, I hate the way the people say that love has changed my life. But I left this town, I won't be around. I can't stand up and I can't sit down on a winner. So far away to feel near you, and it's always from the heart. Greetings from San Luis Obispo. Know exactly what I'd give to be with you tonight. Be with you tonight. To be
sit back and enjoy the show.
And they'll give you the best time to be had for the money that you pay. When the clever conversation draws a little too close to the bone, you can shut it all out, but you can't leave you alone. All the things you thought you wanted, all that glittering and gold, throw them on the pile with the things you have forgotten. And if that don't mean go and suit yourself. Then you'll give them the best time to be had for the money that they pay. When all the concentration draws another of those lines across your brow, hurts to hold it all in, but you won't let it show to the crowd. All the things you thought you wanted, all that glittering and gold, throw them on the pile with the things you have forgotten. And if that don't please them, go and suit yourself. All the things you thought you wanted, all that glittering and gold, throw them on the pile with the things you have forgotten. And if that don't please them, go and suit yourself.
Sorry, my life is so much more bitching than yours, you know?
Yep. Sorry about that. And thanks for the how's that audio sound through the mic now? That's echo cancellation on, stereo off, and yes, we're back. Yeah, we're still yeah, might take a few more shows like this to nail the audio, but yeah, thanks Rich for the feedback. I really appreciate it. Thanks everyone for popping into the stream. Cottonwood Ranch, absolutely delightful to have you there commenting away. Belt Loop, great to see you in, my friend. Peaceful Des, and the list just goes on. So Nicole Chafe, and what was that? Here we go. Let me just read this one. Sorry, Jonesy, I just realised you weren't a half hour early today. My phone, for some reason, was a half hour earlier than the actual time here. So, that's just great, Nicole. That's great. I thought I was out of time, out of whack, but all good. John Wiggs, how you going, my friend? And it is. This is just fun for me. I just like showing some different audiences different music that they probably would never have heard. That is what my radio thing is all about, actually, on the radio stream and the radio station and the radio shows. So I'm just having some fun. I have not set up anything pre-planned, anything. I've just pressed go live. What will I play? I don't know. How does this one look? And that's the way I've sort of ran it, like a one day I might go professional and find something I like a program ready and raring to go with the 10 songs already scheduled would be probably a good plan. One of my favorite bands, let me see if they've got that song. One of my favorite bands is a band called Midnight Alibi. And they're in Melbourne. They're actually on the border of Albury, Wodonga, which is right on the border of New South Wales and Victoria. If you know your states down here. The song I wanted to get was let me have a look. They got a song. I like it for. Okay, let me have a look at that. There's a song that I like that I'm sure Nicole would like, and I'll play this. There's no video clip with this. This is just the album cover, but this is. Let me go back to my settings. This is Midnight Alibi. The song is called Only Human, and this is for Nicole, who loves calling people humans. You're on ARI. Once it comes on.
While I'm living under the moonlight, I've got myself an alibi. Left my sunny love home. I'm a stranger out on my own. Yeah, I forgot my name. Got reasons why I stay, but I'm here, not going home. I burned my money and left my girl. Went out searching for something new. Living under the moonlight. I forgot my name. I've been the beggar, but it's all the same. It's only human. Nobody can teach us nothing new. It's only natural to do the things we do. It's only human. Nobody can teach us nothing new. It's only natural. Yeah, to do the things we do. Left my girl, went out walking these dark streets. I've been the beggar, I've played the thief. I've done all those things that make me lose my sleep. It's only human. Nobody can teach us nothing new. It's only natural to do the things we do. It's only human. Nobody can teach us nothing new. It's only natural. Yeah, to do the things we do. I've been the beggar, I played the thief. Well, I've done all those things that make me lose my sleep.
Midnight Alibi. Love them guys. And Only Human. Takes a few clicks to get to that spot, to get back to that setting, Rich. But I'm sure I can manage it. Yeah, Only Human, Midnight Alibi, great band. Love the guys. Great album. There you go. Just Like You Want It, Midnight Alibi. If you haven't got that album in your collection, you are really missing out. All right, we've got one more song to go. Then we're all jumping over to see the DD, Mr. DD, Mr. Devil Dog, and I'm sure he's got some shout outs and a few little things on today. And then I'm sure Belt Loop later on this afternoon, my time, or later on this evening, your time, wherever you're watching in the world. It is that weekend sort of thing. So I like to get the early music show on. It's definitely going to be every Sunday when I'm around here at my time. I know I've got to travel. I've got a few trips planned and a few little things on coming up in the near future. So thanks again, everybody, for tuning in, turning us on, and turning us up is what we say here in Radio Land. So we'll go back to our channel, and who will be lucky last song of the day? Let's will I go live or will I go music video? You know what? Let's go probably one of my all-time favorite dudes. The band is Love Child, and the newest single is Punching Bag. I made the music video for them guys. You Broke Me, I made the music video for that. But let's just find something that's a bit out there. Yeah, he is like this is actually their very first single, which was radio release, and it's definitely the way I feel. It's definitely the way I feel. It is called Lately I'm Confused, and the band is Love Child. So thanks again for sticking around. Tune in to Devil Dog and tell him Jonesy sent you. He's a bit of Love Child, people.
come to fly away. Selfishly, start the little things you feel. So come on, move on, get away. Try, loving, then you wonder why. Trust, keep, sweet, honey, then you wonder why. Really, I'm confused at the things you do. Watching everything you put me through. Sometimes I can't believe that we're really through. Maybe I'm confused by the things you do. Been down many times, on bended knees, for miles and for miles. Will you please let me behind as I cross many seas? Scriptures were lying, still begging you
Yeah, thanks again for turning us up today. On Australian Radio Indie. I think the lovely wife's watching this inside. So, yeah, thanks very much for checking us out. And thanks very much for your support there, Rich. Don't forget to jump over to Devil Dog. He's already started, and it is after midday. My time here is up. Thanks, everybody, for being in the chat. And if I've missed any of you, I apologize. But, yeah, it's all about the music. And if any band that you liked here, hit me up and I'll see what I can find for you, some music and stuff like that. All right, you're on, or I can give you links anyway where you can go get the music if that's what you would like to do. Thanks again. Thank you, Raquel. Thank you, John. Thank you, Rich, Beltloop, and everybody else in the chat. This is Jonesy signing off. Goodbye.